Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and this is part 2 of the Harbor Freight 12-ton hydraulic press. What we've got here is the frame. This is upside down than what it would be if it was on the press, and I figured out what these here humps are. These humps are from excessive press use, and the bolts were pulling at this and the nuts was here, and it was causing it to sink in from the pressure. So somebody's had some serious pressure on here. Plus, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to put, and I may still yet do that, put a bushing in here between it out of a piece of pipe, or heavy steel pipe, which I'm sure I've got laying around here somewhere, or square tubing. I've got some square tubing, and I wanted to straighten that up, but I don't see that happening. So what I think I'm going to do is make the pipe go down through here, which means I'll have to waller this hole out and put, no, I don't think I'm gonna go all that route. This thing's lasted this long, and that's all it did. So basically what I did, I cut me some pieces to go right there on each side. I'm gonna put one here. This one ain't no pressure on it, so you don't have to do nothing there. I was going to put one all the way across it, but I had no way of drilling the holes because I don't have a drill bit that size or bigger. Or I've got one that's bigger, but it's way too big. So anyway, I figured, well, since I need a hole in it, I'll just cut them down. This should be plenty right here to make that work. So I'm going to put one on each side, and then I'm going to weld them in. And it'll be a long time before it presses that to meet the other, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. For no more than I'm going to be using it for, I don't think it really matters. So here's what I'm going to do. I've already done this one, and basically what I did was found center, and I'll put you guys here on the tripod. So basically what I did was just turn two jaws in the opposite direction, and this is the same way. I remember Kraft had asked me how I did the barrel band on my Benjamin Discovery. Well, this is exactly how I've done that. Turning a square piece to put a round hole in a square piece. So we've got our center. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up, the tailstock, with anything in there. You can put a bit in it, you can put a live center or dead center, whatever you want. I'm just too lazy to change the chuck, so I'll do it this way. And basically what I'm going to do is just turn that until this is close, and then I'm going to adjust the jaws to make it meet up center to center. So we need to go down a little bit. I've got these two loose enough that it will slide across. Alright, so we've got that one centered. Now we've got to center this one, so I got to loosen this one just a little bit, and then tighten that. And then once we've got it centered, then we just want to kind of snug them. That way you're not moving it too much, because it's still going to move a little. Alright, so we'll check our center and see if we're still center. And I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to get as close to center as I can. So now that we've got it close to center, then we can go ahead and crank down on it and tighten these things down. Alright, about time for me to clean that chuck. It's hard to keep rust off them chucks, man. Alright, so now that we've got that going, now we just want to spin it, make sure that we're clear underneath here, nothing's going to hit, everything looks good. I've got the carriage locked down so that I can't accidentally, by habit, reach over and turn the knob and run it into my jaw. So I'll go ahead and lock that down. So now we're going to center drill that. Alright, now we've got that center drilled, we'll back it off, put our next one in. And we're going to go with, looks like something close to 3/8. I'm not trying to be perfect or technical. I'm not a technical guy. And then we just step it up. The next one in line, which is, I know what that one is, 1/2 inch. The biggest bit I have in my index. I really should be slowing it down, but I'm too lazy. Terrible, ain't it? And then we'll bring it out and make the last one. And there we go. Now we can back that out of there, take our drill bit out of it so we don't hit our arm on it. And now we're done with that. So now it's back to the lathe. So, clean some of these shavings off of here. Man, I hate dirty work. Alright, so now we'll put our boring bar on there. And I think it's a little dull. Alright. Yeah, plenty of flop, like flop mean. Alright, so now we're done with it. Now we'll take that out of the jaws. And then we get to use one of my tools that I just got. Ain't that sweet? Dampers that hole just perfect, man. Now we need to bring you over here to the vise. Need to find a smaller board here. The reason I'm putting this in is because there's a sticker there and I don't want the jaws to put marks in the sticker. Alright, so we plan to weld them right there. And to make that going sure they're in the right place, I'm going to use the pins that came with it. Got both of them. And to get into the hardware kit here. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to use one of these wide ones, because we've got a wide one and a narrow one, height-wise. And we're going to run on the longest side, the wide one. And the reason I'm running this all the way down is because I don't want any weld on my threads. So I'm going to hide all the threads by putting them inside. And this nut will keep the threads from getting down. I'll just take it all the way down. So that way I can just set that down in there. And then put my next one on underneath of it. And there's number one. And it looks pretty good. So now we get to welding. But first, always cover the lathe. And we'll get everything ready here. And I'm going to take a wire wheel to that. Alright, now we need to plan where we're going to weld. And I'm not going to go all the way around it. I'm just going to probably just tack it in place because it just needs to be held in place. It's not, the strength is this way, so it's pressing together. So all we need to do is just hold it in place. So I'm just going to put a tack, on every, probably there, and two on each end. And I think that'll be plenty to hold that in place. So let me get my helmet and get ready to weld. are set at max. We're using my American made or American Forge and Foundry model 210 MIG flux welder. No gas. So make sure everything's nice and clean here. Alright, we're getting ready to weld. Now that's where I got to be really careful. I don't want to ruin that sticker. So, and this is the side that's going to be seen a lot, so I need it to be pretty. So we're going to wait for this to cool down and we'll be back.